you want to destroy a nation, you do not just bombs, you do not need missiles, you do not need tanks. You only need to lower the quality of its education and allow cheating in its examinations. Fellow judges, honorable judges, distinguished teachers, and fellow youth, I'm standing here as to say good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
My name is Asingito Agricola. I'm standing before you to speak on a truth which is dictating our collective future, education and national development. By this topic, we are going to see different spheres which are main three critical ones. The first one is human capital theory. The second pillar is education as a solution and an engine for problems. The third pillar, it is what we can call economic cost of ignorance. By this time, in order to understand well how education is like everything, I can say you know leaders. Most of the leaders in this world think that the economy and wealth of their country is through the soil, through oil wells, through gold mines. But I can tell you something. Look at trees. The true wealth, it is not what is found in the soil of these nations, but what found in the minds of citizens. It is simple. Let us start by the first pillar. As I said, remember, the first pillar is just education. As everything, it occupies a lot of things in this world. Just human capital theory states if we spend a lot of the time in using our minds, just we cannot be compared to those who spend their time digging the soil for mines, for something which I can classify as messy. Just using mind can prove the development, can make people, can make population of a certain country to develop and to build very fast compared to those who can use their resources without using mind. That's the first role of education. By the human resource theory, I can even give you an example. If you remember our history, 1994, genocide and genocide. Just, it was not good. It was, I don't know how to explain that event. But as we know, we had our heroes who were led by the most powerful, the most skillful man who was called General Guillermo. I can think, I'm not wrong, that education he had been given formally and informally. It was the one to make him come and start the revolutionary war, the liberation war, so that our country is now liberated and our country has get a lead of these events of bad government. Now, government of unity, led by His Excellency Paul Kagame, has brought a philosophy of using human resource as a basic reform for reaching our development. If you know, around 2010, Rwanda published about 10 homegrown solutions. These show that there is mind use rather than using other resources, looking for gifts, or looking for help, but our government enforced using a homegrown solution from its citizens' minds so that we are now developed. But the second pillar is saying that education as an engine for problem solving. As we know, engine, it is the one to make one move fast. Suppose a vehicle or an object with an engine or something which can make it move fast. It helps it to live further away very fast. So education is how it is to our nation. Simply, if you remember, I've said just many leaders think that the true wealth is through natural resources, but it's not. Even though it is not totally wrong, but it's not the truth like this I bring to you. The truth is that if you remember two countries, Japan and Singapore. Japan had met problems from the Second World War, and Singapore is a small country. I'm going to talk about these two countries, and I will say later how they developed to be at the top now. The strategy they use it is to understand that you cannot build a first-class nation using third-class citizens' minds. You cannot use citizens' mind of the third class just to build the first one. That's what they understood.